Hello, I'm Darren Jeffery, and the wonderful people at Classical Opera Company have asked me to put together a small video of things I've been getting up to over the lockdown period while we've had COVID-19 in the UK. It's not what you may think unless you happen to know me already, but a little bit more of that later on. First of all, a little bit of history about me and the company. Well, we collaborated for the first time in 2004 at the London Barbican, and we've since done many concerts together and made some recordings as well. We've covered things such as Mozart's Zaida, La Clemenza di Tito, Bastien and Bastienne, and we've also done very special performances such as Handel's Messiah at the Middle Temple Hall in London, very beautiful venue, and another equally gorgeous place, the Wigmore Hall, where we did a concert of Mozart in Vienna, which was incredibly special and brought together all elements of his time in Vienna in musical form. I suppose my highlights from this long period of working together would be, I think, the recordings, particularly when we've managed to get something really correct, exactly how we wanted it after rehearsal and trial and error, and finding the right ingredients to make something really work. I remember particularly recording Osmin's aria "Wer hungrig bei der Tafel sitzt" in London. And we tried different things. It's a tricky little patter aria, and we finally got it. I finally managed to put together all the nuances which Ian Page, the wonderful conductor, was asking me to do. And the orchestra was all around me, standing on a little podium in the middle of the orchestral players, and it was a really, really special experience. And to get those ingredients to come together just once for that recording and find exactly what we wanted, that was a really special time, which I won't forget, actually. Now, I suppose you'd like to know what I've been doing over this period. Well, there has been some singing, a little bit of personal practice, but the real things that have taken up my time are elsewhere, so come and have a look with me. Working on Land Rovers. In fact, it's one of the main things I get up to when I'm not singing. It's my hobby. It has been ever since I was about 14, 15 years old. And if you'd like to come and take a look, my particular fancy is really old ones. So come and have a look at the current project on the go at the moment. So this is the current Land Rover undergoing restoration. This one's from 1961, and it will belong to my son when it's finished. But equally, we work on other sorts of Land Rovers as well. This one, as you can see, we're trying to maintain the pattern of 50, 60 years worth of work. But we take parts like this, which are completely worn out, the bottom of the doors here, we replace those. This one's been rebuilt, the whole vehicle from the ground up, using new parts where necessary, but also trying to refurbish and maintain as much of the original vehicle as possible. This one should be starting up for the first time in about 17 years, sometime in the next week or so, although we're having carburettor problems at the moment. But this one's largely original, and we should make a lovely usable classic Land Rover when it gets back to the road. So this is my favourite Land Rover in the collection. This is Big Red, as the name suggests, given to it by my children back in 2006 when I bought it. It's undergone full restoration as well, that has been modified over the years by me for my use, actually. It's my Swiss Army knife of Land Rovers. We use it for taking the kayaks out, we use it for off-road adventures, we use it for a working platform on the bonnet and the roof for hedge cutting. And it does pretty much everything that a working Land Rover should do, but it's from 1968. Now let me give you a little look inside to show you the Spartan interior of a 1960s Land Rover. As you can see, there's not much going on in here. No air. We do have air conditioning of a sort, a little flap that opens on the front there, but this one is currently having a gearbox modification to a later gearbox, so I'm in the process of cutting out new floor panels and getting it back on the road to use for my other jobs. I'll give you a clue to those next. Like this fence, which happens to be for a friend this time, but you can see the kind of thing I get up to. This is in need of a little bit of TLC, but I'm sure we'll have it back as good as new in no time. So those are the kind of things I've been doing over the last couple of months. Probably a little unusual and not what you were expecting, but it does keep me entertained and out of trouble. I've also managed to spend some extra time with my family, which has been amazing. Normally I'm travelling away so much, so to spend time at home with them has been really, really terrific. So there you go. Thanks to Classical Opera Company for asking me to do this. I hope in the meantime you'll have a chance to look at the Classical Opera Company recordings, see what's available online. There's some really great stuff out there, so do have a look. And I hope until I and Classical Opera Company return to the live stage to keep you entertained, that you'll have a good summer. Take care. Bye-bye.